Start recording. Do I got everything? Go live. Go live. And all I gotta do. What's going on, Evan?
Oh.
I think.
Not much.
Are we live yet? Yeah, it says we are. I don't see us, so.
I need a refresh.
I know, me too. Oh, there we go. All I gotta do is share this. We'll get started on show 166. And share now. Posting. We gotta get some listeners in here, homies. Hold on, you know. We used to play a little song, but I've told that story 1,000 times. We can't play no more music. Because I ain't paying for that shit. Man,
so wait for everybody to filter in.
I don't know if you remember, but I went and I found this song that's not even a hit. It's not even nobody has heard this song. I guarantee you, maybe a couple hardcore gamers, but that would be it. It was on a video game, and the licensing to get like 15 seconds of that was like almost $1,000 a month. I was like, how am I gonna do that on a free podcast?
Yes, no way.
Ain't nobody trying to go bankrupt doing a dumb podcast like we do.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But
not trying to put ourselves in financial ruin.
I am wearing a shirt tonight, Evan, that says Jesus loves you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. The rest of it says the rest of us think you're an asshole.
Oh, well, that's true quite often.
I'm just saying. Man, it's a hot one. It is hot, dude.
It really is. I had to go into town today. I didn't want to. I go out for a couple minutes in the backyard and wander around, and I come back in. Yeah, I had to go into town to get a part to fix Vicky's air condition, and I found out the air conditioner in my truck on a day like today, it's marginal.
Yeah. I found that out. I found that out about my F-250 today.
And I went to auto parts store and I just left it running in the parking lot with the AC cranked, on recirculate, and I came back out like 10 minutes later, and it was less colder than it was when I got out of it. I'm like, but once I got moving down the road, it works a little better. So
that's how
I'm worried about the clutch fan, but yeah, I wouldn't want to be stuck in traffic on a day like today because it would start to get warm,
Yeah, that's why you'll never catch me in a big city, dude.
No, thank you.
Unless it's for schooling, and then I'm coming right back home. And that's not even the big city. I'm still not in Chicago when I go to school. So,
no, it gets to where you go from endless, like, suburbs. It's just one to the next, and they all blend together. And
that's what it is, too. And I'm cool with that. I don't like big cities, man. That's just not not my forte.
Yeah, it's not mine either. I mean, now I live in a village with less than 500 people.
That's what I'm talking about. I want to live. I tell you what, if I got like stupid amounts of money, I'd just like go to probably Montana, Wyoming, buy me a big section of kind of some flat land where I could do some cattle or some horses, and then I'd be up in them woods hid.
Yeah, Montana though, those winters can be brutal. I mean,
but see, if I'm doing look, I'm gonna have me like a secure bunker and shit. My shit's gonna be like built into the mountains, and so I mean I probably won't leave in the winter.
Yeah, I've always been intrigued with the underground house.
I think that'd be
I would like
better.
to tour one and see if it really feels claustrophobic or if you're in there you just don't notice. But I
See,
don't know. I've been intrigued by it. I knew a guy years ago and he told me, he's like, I burned 2 cords of wood a year. I put in a new furnace 15 years ago. I've never fired it up, but it's there. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. He's like, it's different, but it's very efficient.
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd love to live out just, I don't know. That's my dream, man. I don't want no big 15 bedroom mansion, no shit like that. I don't need no fancy cars. I'd probably upgrade the truck a little bit. Maybe get some new tires and rims. Maybe a little lift kit on it. But
Yeah, but you start to figure out what you really need as you get older, what you really need and don't need, and
yeah,
yeah,
I
and it's like I just want a little house and far away from everybody. That's
yeah,
about everybody when they get our age.
yeah, and I mean, I don't want a double story house. Me and stairs. I mean, I got good knees and good leg muscles and everything from all them years on the garbage route. But still, I'm not a fan of stairs. They wear me out now.
I I hate 2-story houses just because of the heating and cooling.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
loved my ranch house that I used to because once you get everything set, you don't have to mess with it. But we live in it's kind of a dollhouse. The way our house is, and the heat rises and I have to run the fan all the time. I have to keep it really cold because it gets hot upstairs and there's just no way to combat it. I'm moving the air around the house all the time trying to keep it as balanced as possible, but I miss my ranch house where every room you could get it dialed in and it was comfortable and it was set it and forget it.
yeah,
Now I'm switching back and forth every season, every other season. You pump the cold air up, or you pump the heat down low.
yeah, yeah. 2-story houses suck unless you got two furnaces. That's about the
Hmm.
only way to combat that.
Well, if you have a good stairway that just doesn't move a lot of air, but bi-level houses where you walk in, and the way they're split like that with a big open stairway, they're
Yeah,
usually bad. They're hot
yeah.
upstairs, and if you have bedrooms downstairs, they're really cold.
Hell yeah.
Um, I'm with you about the ranch house. I mean, that's the way to go. And I mean, if you think about it, if you're doing well, a man can take up as much land as he wants. In a way, build a
Yeah.
freaking ranch house.
I can.
We build 2 stories for economy.
Yeah. I mean, if it's my land, I could build like an acre house, just flat.
There you go.
Have me a damn indoor football team and shit. I'd kind of be dangerous with money. A little bit. I would do a lot of redneck shit. So it wouldn't really cost me much. I'd buy like a nice fishing boat.
Hmm.
Like I said, upgrade the truck. I wouldn't get rid of red. I love red, so um, I'm gonna keep red around, and then buy a bunch of land. Make me a big old fishing pond. Yeah, see, I'd be doing redneck shit like that. So I'd probably say I probably wouldn't spend a lot of money.
It's tough. If you had it, you want this, you want this, you want this, and it's never ending.
Oh man, that'd
You
be
got to be
nice.
throttled in a way. To unlimited, yes, like lottery money or
Oh,
Bezos money, where it's just like it's never ending.
mm.
It's a bottomless pit that you can't even begin to spend it all. That's a whole bizarre world. I can't imagine.
Oh, I'd like to imagine it. I'd like to
Well,
live it.
I mean, come on. When they've got to redo bridges to get your yacht through there, I mean, come on. I
I
mean, that's what I'm talking about.
I
It's
know.
unthrottled. It's unthrottled. It's like, hey, I'll pay to have your bridge rebuilt, but you got to break it down so I can get my shit through there.
Man, we
That's just
talked about
that's a
that.
sick world.
Was
That's
that
a sick world.
Was that Bezos?
Wasn't it his new yacht a couple months ago?
Yeah, I thought so. Well, yeah, what a douche. How you don't need a boat that big. And if you do, stay on land. That's what I don't understand about them people that go on cruises and shit. Now, I can see if you're stopping off at different places. But if you're not, if you're just going out and on a big boat and eating dinner and
Yeah, I couldn't do a cruise. I have
yeah,
no
no.
desire.
Thumbs down.
I think
on
it'd
a
get
cruise.
stale by a couple days. I would be like, okay, day 3, I'm sick of the buffet. I don't want to get in the pool with all these nasty people. I'm not a big drinker. I can only handle so much sun. What are you gonna do? Go play shuffleboard? Watch movies?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care for it. I don't want to do it.
Rub one off in the galley or whatever they call. Ain't that what your bedroom's called?
Oh, I'd totally do that. Yeah, but um, I'm just saying the rest of the whole cruise. I don't know. I just don't want to be around that many people on a boat. That if something goes wrong, like some of those have, where they've lost power.
Or they all get sick or something like that. There was one that they left, and as soon as they left, like everybody got food poisoning, and then something happened to the boat. It was like, yeah. Nah. And
it's a lot of helicopter trips to get that many people off a cruise ship. I mean,
and I had some good friends trying to talk me into going on a cruise. Why this happened, and I was like, I called her that morning. I was like, hey, see why I ain't going? Click. Oh, that doesn't have, there's more than one. Uh-huh. Well, and then something else happened to one. I was like, no, it got caught in a storm, like in the Gulf or something.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've seen them lose power and yeah, the food poisoning or whatever outbreak. And I don't know. My parents have gone on a couple. They've been happy. They got them like half price deals, or one of their friends played trumpet on one of the ships, so family got to take half price cruises. So they claim my mom was his aunt. You know how that goes. Anyway, they got to take some nice cruises for half price, and they enjoyed it. But it's not something I've ever like had the desire. Ooh, I want to do one of those cruise things. And I grew up watching The Love Boat. Man, I love that show.
Oh yeah, the Love Boat was the shit.
Mm-hmm. This is one of my favorites back then.
Damn it. I can't believe, why did that do that? And I had a question that I was going to ask you. Well, I can. Evan, if you want to think about this until the end, you'll just have to remember. But I was going through questions of the day that we do at the end of the show. And one of them stuck out, and I was like, oh, man, that's a good one. What is the worst song you've ever heard and to this day hate when it comes on the radio?
Oh, that's not fair. There's so many.
I know. That's what I was thinking, too. I was like, ooh, just one.
I can.
See, mine will
I think I
piss
got it.
off so many people if I say mine. Because it'll be more than one song.
Oh yeah, I've got a whole list, but I can think of one off the top that's just like I will, no matter what. It's one of those things like I will crawl out from underneath a car in the middle of something and go and change stations, or you know what I'm talking about. Like I don't care what I'm doing, I'll crawl down out of the attic to change the station. It is, yeah. I got one. I'll have to think of if there's more. There's one hotter than that one.
Well, what's your one? And I'll give one, and then we'll try to hit that back at the end of the show. Because if you said you got more than one, so what is the one that hit you first?
Yellow Ledbetter.
What the fuck is that?
It's Pearl Jam, Yellow Ledbetter. It's that song, and it's all a bunch of drunken mumbling. It's the song that everyone's debated the lyrics on forever.
See,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do, and that's a good one. And
it's a horrible song. It's just horrible,
dude. I was never a Pearl Jam fan. I loved grunge. I was huge. Like I loved Soundgarden. Early Soundgarden was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Early Nirvana. Sonic Youth was, some of their early shit was pretty cool. I mean, there was some good music coming, and I thought Pearl Jam.
Their first album, 10, was a good album. It had some good songs on there.
Had some
And
good
then,
songs. It wasn't a good album. I'm sorry.
okay, for the time, it was, nowadays if it came out, everybody would rave over. But, that back then it was run of the mill of the grunge albums coming out. But it was a decent album. And then the second one, it just fell. And then like the third album, like, what is this?
Yeah.
But that Yellow Ledbetter, it just drunken mumbling, and I was already on the edge of hating them. And when I heard that song the first time, I can't stand this. And ever since then, I will do whatever to change the station. I just hate that song.
Mine.
Yeah,
Oh
Pearl
my
Jam,
god.
way overrated.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna piss some people off. Anything with Geddy Lee singing is mine.
Ah,
And
I understand.
I know people, and look, I go to parties and people my age and shit. Rush comes on, and Tom Sawyer. Oh my God, that song! I wish they'd just say, "Hey, nobody can listen to Tom Sawyer no more. I've heard it enough. I'm good. I never
I
have to hear that song again."
I can completely understand that, but I'll tell you this: Rush as musicians, those dudes are phenomenal. I can
Best
understand why you
drummer
don't like.
in the world. Neil Peart is the best drummer in the world.
He's
I
well,
can't stand Geddy fucking Lee, dude. I'm sorry. His voice
I
just,
understand.
and it's nothing
Completely
against
understand.
him, and it's nothing. I'll never say anything bad about the people that support them and go see their shows and shit. More power to you if you like them. I don't. That's
Oh,
my.
I get it. I completely get it.
Yeah, that dude.
Uh,
His voice, it just cuts through me.
Yeah, you're not the only one. That's been debated a long time, and a lot of Rush fans. It's like, hey, it's just one of those things. It is what it is in a way. It's just, I can't imagine Rush without him in a way. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would listen to him with a new, I don't know.
yeah. But yeah, they're phenomenally tight musicians,
They,
and as talented as Neil Peart ranked as one of the best drummers of all time, he's not the most talented dude in the band.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I mean, Geddy for playing the bass and playing the keyboards and playing the bass pedals and singing. He's, like I said, that band is their next level. They're like Tool. They're like Pink Floyd. They're a whole group that just, it's rare that you get a band that's just that phenomenally tight and on a level. But like I said, I understand why you don't like them. Completely understand.
it's just that voice.
His vocals kill it.
Yeah.
The vocals kill it.
And I mean,
It's too bad.
I know, and you think they've been around, and I mean, they really don't have that many hits. I mean, they got a few, but they don't. As long as they've been around, and as many albums as they got out, they should have a lot more hits. I'm just saying.
No, they got more fans than they got hits.
I think so. I think so.
But they, gosh, just if you could listen to some instrumentals like YYZ and stuff, you'd be like,
Exactly.
I get it,
Yeah, and I
Geddy
do.
in there.
I do. I'm not saying anything bad about the band Rush. I think they're an amazing band. I just can't stand the lyricist. And when that, or the vocalist, whatever you want to call him. And, when that happens, it's hard to listen to the band.
I completely agree. Yeah. There's people I can't stand to listen to. Yeah, that's too bad. But it is what it is.
I know. And like I said, I've had to sit there and listen to Rush several times, and I just kind of try to block it out. But
I can understand.
anyway, Evan, we got a couple weird stories from around the news, starting off with some bears. Chinese hotel told wake-up service of red panda bears climbing on the guest bed must stop.
You wake up to panda bears crawling on your bed?
Yeah, these red panda bears, I don't know if you've seen them, but they look like fucking raccoons.
No.
Yeah, but they got red hair. Hold on. I want one. And now I know what they're called. Let's see if they got a big picture of one. That stupid ad. Yeah, we can get that on real quick, Evan. Hold on. Just so you can see this. And you at home. This is a red panda bear. It looks like a damn raccoon.
Oh, cute little fucker.
Yeah. I want a shitload of them, like an army of them.
Oh, yeah,
Like
those are cute.
Oh, dude. So I guess, the hotel has 4 resident red pandas that visit guests and jump on their beds in the morning.
I'd pay for that.
I would too. I'd pay extra. It said
that's a cool wake-up call,
after concerns for safety and animal rights. I hope nobody tried to, some drunk guy tried to slip a red panda the, what.
Hope not.
There's
Steal 'em.
there's a British couple on YouTube, which hell, you can find all the AlfromDtown&Chili442 shows on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you can go and watch this. It's at Lee Ledoux Langjiang Holiday Hotel. But
So they're probably pretty easy to domesticate. I mean, raccoons you can.
these things
I
look
think you
so
can potty train
cute,
'em.
man. I want one so bad, dude.
I think the only major issue with raccoons is you have to feed them all the time, or
That's
they
not a
will get into
raccoon.
food.
It's a
No,
red
they're-
panda bear.
Now they're kind of close in the same family.
It looks like a half raccoon, half dog, with big teddy bear ears. That little fucker's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, they're probably about the same to raise.
Evan, better check on the family, brother. Hiker dies after bear knocks him into 2,600-foot ravine in Greece.
A bear knocked this person?
Yeah, he said it sounds like it just swatted him, Evan. Just you know how you kind of knock something over to see it fall?
I had no idea there were bears in Greece.
I know. Witnesses. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's dig into this one, Evan. We'll find out. Do you know where the Fractu Forest is in northern Greece?
No.
Okay. Well, it's in northern Greece.
That's, an area that's, I haven't spent much time up there.
He said that the bear had approached him when he ran out of bear spray. A much larger bear appeared and approached him and said,
After you run out of bear spray,
man.
then the big one comes out.
Damn, the hikers were heading toward the remains of a Greek warplane that crashed in the area some 7 decades earlier. Man, they might not be able to get him out. Brown bears are protected under Greek law, Evan. So, there you go.
I didn't know they had a bear population. I never thought about it.
The biggest populations are located in the mountains of the western I know I'm gonna. I don't even want to try say these because I know your mom listens and she's gonna make fun of me. Um, Rhodopes Mountains,
I have
western,
no idea.
and northern and central Pindas.
I'll trust you.
Okay. So there you go. This bear just walked up to this hiker and
Clocked him.
swatted him off the ravine. Man.
That animal just played, what if I do this?
Oh.
What would happen?
15 sets of twins are graduating from one New York high school this year.
Wow.
There's something causing that. Something that's being released into the atmosphere, the water, something.
Fertility drugs or something.
Mm.
Usually when people a long time they can't, and then they end up having triplets and quadruplets and all that stuff.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man allegedly admitted to killing neighbors at nudist resort over a hot dog.
At the nudist resort, huh?
What kind of hot dog are we talking? We talking like an all beef hot dog? Because, I mean...
we don't fight over wieners at the nudist colony.
He was charged with 2 counts of unliving this couple with special circumstances. They were 73 and 79. He is 62. Man, am I going to start fighting people over hot dogs, Evan?
I don't know. It's a sad sign.
I mean...
Never known a hot dog to be fought over.
And it was a nudist... yuck. And these people should not be naked. That should be laws. You know what? Look, I know it's your body, but you're not seeing what we're seeing. And I think there should be some... You got to have some kind of, tit for tat, if you will.
Just, yeah, but who draws the line?
Oh, hold on, Evan. The couple had been reported missing in the desert community of Redlands, a trailer park and nudist resort. I think we have all the information we need on this story now.
Mm-hmm.
Sparks is accused of brutally beating the couple with a rake, a hoe, and a hammer.
Threw the whole shed at him.
Man.
Dang.
I don't like how that hoe... Who's going to try to kill somebody with a hoe?
Yeah, why you gotta bring her into this?
Yeah. What
What'd she do?
Evan, fake dentist gave root canals after reading online instructions, police say.
YouTube dentist.
Hey, look, man, that's kind of how we learn at work. Something comes in you don't know about. You get on the old computer and you find out about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with, dentist doing that. I mean, was he giving good rates?
Why even have colleges anymore?
You don't really need them. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, we got enough external sources for information now. Let's just shut down the schools. If we need to know how to do something, we'll look it up.
And Evan, we got a bozo criminal of the day.
Uh-oh.
This one, Ronald went and got a U-Haul, Evan. And then Ronald loaded up his U-Haul, Evan, with 78 pounds of the reefer.
You got a U-Haul for that?
Yeah. Eh,
78 pounds, is that? It probably is quite a sizable amount.
I mean, it's a few boxes. I mean, it wouldn't be that much.
I
But
have no idea. That's hard to think. Yeah.
well, he was using his phone's maps for guidance, which a lot of us do, Evan. GPS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they instructed him to turn left onto the Peace Bridge. Well, the Peace Bridge is a major U.S.-Canada border crossing, Evan.
Oh.
Seeing the error of his ways, our bozo attempted to turn around and return to the U.S. Bad idea. His actions attracted the attention of the border guards, who did a quick inspection and found the $230,000 worth of pot.
Wow. How many pounds was it?
78, it says.
And that's $250,000, huh?
That math
right.
don't seem right. Hold on.
Usually cop math doesn't add up, but
Yeah,
it's funny.
hold on. Let Al do some math. I know a few guys that used to sell the reefer. I know what the prices were. So we're saying 230,000, Evan.
Do you need a phone a friend?
And then we're going to divide that by 78. And that's going to... No, ain't nobody paying no $3,000 a motherfucking pound. You're out your damn mind. Y'all trying to make some big arrest.
Divide that by 16.
What?
3,000? What did you say, 3,000 a pound?
Yeah.
Divide that by 16.
Hold on. I shut it already, Evan. Damn it.
Oh, never mind.
Here, I got it.
Never mind.
No, I got it now. 3,000 divided. It was almost 3,000 divided by 16. 187.50.
An ounce at that price at bulk? Yeah, no.
No.
That's funny.
Ain't no way. You wouldn't make no money on that. That wouldn't even be worth doing that.
Yeah, they're figuring everything being sold at dispensary price per eighth or something at that level. Yeah.
Well, see,
Yeah,
I think...
no.
Yeah. Boo, cops. Quit messing with people for... I mean, I guess he... I don't know. So
They're
what
basically
if he's...
calculating that at $50 an eighth for. So that's cop math. It's they broke it all the way down to street price. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It reminds me when they had that weed on or what was that, Super Troopers,
Mm-hmm.
and they were taking all the pictures with the shotguns and everything. It's like, yeah, woo.
Mm-hmm.
Evan,
It's funny. Some of these internet cops, they bust somebody and they just get hazed in the comments. Like, come on, you call that a big bust? It'd be like a dugout and a little bag of weed and stupid stuff.
Evan, I saw this one, and I kind of started going through them, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, this is cool. 25 inventions that were originally created for an entirely different purpose.
25 inventions.
Yes. First one,
The vibrator.
No. It might be it. That might be number one. TNT was actually a yellow dye.
Really?
Yeah. He said German chemist Wilbrandt first made, I'm not even going to try to say that fucking word. It's like a half a page long. But he didn't intend to blow anything up. He only wanted to dye things yellow. TNT is so stable that for decades it was used as nothing but a dye without anyone realizing it could go boom.
Yeah, I thought it was very unstable. And like sticks of dynamite and then it mixed with sawdust or something to keep it from exploding, very easily.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Here, this one blew my freaking mind. I was like, no way. Chainsaws were invented to help during childbirth.
Oh my Lord. I don't want to know how.
It says, because the past is a horror movie, early chainsaws weren't used to cut trees but human bones. The first medical chainsaw is credited to two 18th century Scottish doctors, and it was used to saw through the pelvic bone during difficult childbirth.
My lord.
Oh,
That's scary. Wow.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we'll use that for trees. Yeah, yeah.
Braille was born for battlefield communication.
Cool.
It was Napoleon's army was commissioned with devising a system to allow soldiers to communicate silently and with no light.
Interesting. Did not know.
Eyeliner was an old-timey form of sunglasses.
I guess if you'd apply it directly to your eyeball.
Dude, look, I grew up in the kind of, what was that called, glam rock or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I wore eyeliner on one
No.
eye. Yes. I had a lot big, oh God.
One eye. That's like Clockwork Orange right there.
Yeah, it kind of was, dude. And I'm not proud of it.
You shouldn't be. Yeah. That's,
I'm
that's
not.
pretty funny.
I am so glad there's no pictures floating around.
That's a good thing. Back then, there weren't, a lot of cameras around.
Oh, hell, I'm so glad.
Yeah. There could be some things that really haunt me to these days.
Oh, man. Like going through a revolving door.
Yeah. It's good stuff like that. Yeah.
The treadmill was created to punish prisoners.
Really? I could see that. Just make them walk on something.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
They were made to climb the spokes of the tread wheel, is what it was called. A large paddle wheel for hours on end. The wheels were often used to pump water or grind corn.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how they eventually were called treadmills. Makes sense.
Does make sense. Yep.
The moo-moo, the popular ladies of the 50s like to start wearing these things, was invented to shame Hawaiian women.
Really?
Yep. When Christian missionaries arrived in Hawaii in the 1820s, the first thing they did was convince women to cover up their exposed bodies. Boo!
Yeah, bad choice.
The loose-fitting muumuu was originally worn under a dress called a hulaka. Hulaka. But eventually took over as a casual garment. Horrible choice. Never wear a muumuu out to Walmart.
No.
That's horrible.
Yeah. That's when you've given up.
The jacuzzi. What was a jacuzzi, Evan? For $1, what was the jacuzzi originally invented for?
Childbirth?
Oh, damn. I got to give it to you, Evan.
Really?
It was invented as therapy for a baby. In the 1940s, Italian immigrant Candido Jacuzzi designed a pump that could turn any bathtub into a healing spa. His
Ah.
purpose was to treat his 15-month-old son Kenny, who had been diagnosed with arthritis. Damn, at 15 months old.
Ouch.
High heels used to be a warrior thing.
Can you see your soldiers?
The heels allowed Persian horsemen to stand securely in their stirrups, giving them stability to use their bows and arrows. I can, yeah,
It hooked them in. It makes
yeah.
sense. Boy, I bet those were some crazy looking shoes. Okay, wow. Well, that's interesting.
Uh,
Hmm.
what? The inventor of autotune was a geophysical engineer who found oil for oil companies with sound waves from
Oh,
dynamite blasts.
yeah. To
Someone,
survey land and yeah.
someone jokingly told him to use it to make them sing well, and the rest is history. Wow,
No kidding.
man, you're learning shit tonight.
Big time. I love it.
I think we did this one. When building an instrument to monitor the heart, he accidentally placed way too much powerful transistor in the machine. He discovered it emitted electrical pulse at the same rhythm of the human heart. That's when he invented the pacemaker, Evan.
Rock on. Neat stuff.
Man, why can't I invent? Synthetic dye. The original purpose was to cure malaria. Wow, you're kind of off. When a chemist was
Okay.
trying to develop an artificial form of quinine, he instantly saw the color is it mauve?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. A popular fashion color at times, so he bottled it and sold it, creating the first artificial dye.
It was mauve, huh?
Yeah, it was purple. There you go.
Hmm.
Some trivia to tell at work tomorrow. Unless you work
Yeah.
with me, then I'm already going to know it.
You got that from me last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, we just talked about this. The slinky was invented on accident. It was originally a boat spring.
A boat spring?
Yeah. I don't know what the
Okay.
them things ain't going to spring you back into nothing.
Yeah. Don't know. Boat spring.
Duct
Hmm.
tape. And that is how you pronounce that. If I do not hear you put a T on duct tape, it's not duck like quack quack. It has never been duct tape.
But now there is a brand name, Duck, right?
I know there is. They went with it.
Yeah, they took ownership of it, but it's duct. Yeah, for air duct.
It
Yeah.
was before. Duct tape is the unhandy man's complete toolbox.
Hmm. That and zip ties, you got it.
But before it became the fix-it-all, catch-all, it was used by the military as weatherproof sealant. You get that
Hmm.
duct tape right, it'll last for years.
Yeah, Gorilla Tape. Yeah, it will seal that stuff. Yeah, it will last. It's almost like vinyl. Um, huh. I thought it was like came from maybe NASCAR, like their 200 mile per hour tape. You know, where they would tape up cars and um.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But they call that 200 mile per hour tape and yeah, but duct tape. I thought it was for air ducts.
Product microwave, the original purpose, military radar. During
Yeah.
World War II, scientists developed microwave radar ability to locate enemies. One engineer noticed a candy bar in his pocket had melted while using the technology, leading to the
Ah.
realization that it could be used to cook food. Now, look, there are a lot of things about microwaves that, like, my grandma would never use one because she swore up and down it was radioactive. And she thought we
Yeah.
had like a little nuclear fucking thing in our. I was like, no, Grandma.
It's not that bad, but I don't think it's really that great what it
It,
does to a lot of food.
it just.
I'm not so sure, but yeah, we've been using forever.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything to the food. It just heats up the molecules at a super super fast rate. But like pasta in there and shit like that, you don't want to put that. And you almost want to
No.
put like a little water in anything you're reheating because
Hmm.
that's what that it moves that water around so quick it actually cooks the food.
Yeah, it's excited little particles. Yeah,
Si
friction internally.
Evan, you used to get silly putty as a kid, didn't you?
I remember it being around a little.
Yeah. Well, it was original purpose was a rubber substitute.
Rubber stuff. I could see that. Doesn't set up though.
Product brandy, original purpose, a way to avoid taxes.
Yeah.
Since customs were decided by volume, merchants would boil water out of wine to save money during
Hmm.
transportation. Eventually, they sold the concentrated by itself.
Yep.
Oh, that's what brandy is?
Evaporated wine. Yeah, distilled down or evaporated. Yeah.
It is like the most horrible thing I've ever drank in my life.
I don't know that I've ever tried. I know it's used in, cooking and things like that, but
It is like
I didn't
very,
know that most
very
people drank.
dry.
Yeah, I didn't think most people drank, but I guess it caught on kind of like your India Pale Ales. They, hop the hell out of 'em to keep them stable, and people like it, and okay.
Uh,
Hmm.
next, next on this list, Evan, the product is Listerine. Evan, can you take a guess on what Listerine was originally?
I'm guessing some kind of like cleaner,
Boy,
household cleaner.
you're close. Surgical anesthetic.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Before they start using rubbing alcohol and stuff.
yeah. Corkscrews. Original purpose: bullet remover.
Oh man, add insult to injury. Ooh, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Just use a corkscrew to get that out.
Pop
Oh.
rocks. The original purpose was instant soda.
Oh.
Yeah, they wanted it where you could add these to your water, and it would actually carbonize it right there and make it like a instant Pepsi or whatever, which is still a great idea.
It's kind of like Alka-Seltzer fizzy. Yeah. Hmm. That was the plan, kind of. Interesting. Instant soda and just add water.
Um,
And it just became more fun to pour it on your tongue.
no way. Bubble wrap. The original purpose of bubble wrap, wallpaper. They said that they invented a seal air wallpaper that was a total flop. They failed at selling it as a greenhouse insulation before it was marketed in its modern use.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that years ago. That yeah, it was a wallpaper. Yeah, they were doing that, trying to make textured and and they're like, hey, this will work for good packing.
And keeping you ladies in in the show, Kotex pads were originally surgical dressings. Just slap one right on the forehead. You're good.
Great. Peel and stick.
WD-40 was nuclear missile protectant.
Displace water.
It was
to clean electrical contacts.
It was originally used to prevent rusting on SM-65 Atlas missiles.
Mm-hmm. WD stands for water displacement.
The first
and the 40 was the 40th try. They got it right.
Man, these people in the Wild West, I mean, we think of how they just shot at each other and shit, and we might have been right. The metal detector, the original purpose was a bullet locator. These are the same idiots that gave us the corkscrew.
We found it. Get the corkscrew.
Play-Doh. Can you guess that? It's a cleaner, Evan, but it's a certain surface cleaner. See if you can get it.
Play-Doh?
Yeah, originally designed, original purpose was a cleaner of a certain
printing presses? No, something to get.
No, you're thinking
to clean debris out of something. I'm trying to think something to stick and pull debris out of.
Home. Think home.
Man. Cleaner. I don't know. Toilets? I don't know. Who the hell knows?
Wallpaper, Evan.
To clean wallpaper?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Play-Doh. Okay.
Where was that? I had another short one we'd throw in before we hit another question of the day. Which, Evan, do you got another? We don't want to give no relationship. These will be fun. 12 signs you were raised by a parent who had no idea what the fuck they were doing.
Oh, no.
Chaotic bedtime routines.
No.
Yeah. I was in bed. Non-existent meal plans.
No. I can't say that. That would suck.
Unplanned family outings. Well, that's kind of fun. If it ain't planned.
Yeah, most stuff was calculated growing up.
Some of these suck. Emergency room frequent flyers. Nah, I never got to go.
No.
Forgotten school events. You're sitting out there in a George Washington cape.
Yeah, I can't think that either, no.
Yeah, the other ones suck. Impulsive pet adoptions. What?
Oh, those crazy parents always.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I know we're going to have to move you out of your room. We got to...
How about you feed me before these 15 other critters?
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, I think that's it on that. Evan? Damn it. I knew it was going to fucking lose that. I got to see if I can't just go down real quick. I think it's for the adults. What's a valuable life lesson you have learned from a difficult experience? Did I do that one? I don't think so.
Not quite. A difficult life. Wait a minute. Let's read it again.
What's a valuable life lesson you have learned from a difficult experience? I think I can. I think I'll go first on this one. I think mine was just don't ever count on anybody else. Always always kind of have a plan B for yourself, because even the closest people to you, um, it depends on the situation, but everybody can turn on you. And yeah, I think
Oh man, that's a rough one.
yeah, but it's a way I've had to kind of accept life, you know. I haven't been in the best situations, but that's cool. It made me who I am, made me work harder for shit, and I'm cool. But yeah, I kind of I don't really expect a lot out of people around me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can completely understand, and when it comes down to it, yeah, you were the only person that is could take care of you.
Right, right.
Man, I would just say in life I've had a lot of failures, so it's kind of like I've always come through. Like you'll make it. I don't know, the thing that just in the back of my mind is this won't last forever. You know,
Right, right.
every situation you could make. You've been through it. You've gotten through something. You can do it. And I've been through some stuff that pretty tough. School, and then being sick for 3.5 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just like I guess that those situations just told me you can do this. You can do this. You can do it. Um, yeah, that was kind of, I guess, kind of blends into. You did ask a question a couple weeks ago, and I never answered it. It was, what makes you the way you are. And it was, failures.
Yeah, and you know
I've had
what?
a lot of them, man. I've had a lot of them.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the only way you fucking grow, because if you're not failing, because look, no matter what, you're not, whatever you do, you're not gonna succeed every fucking time. But as
No,
long as you keep trying, and you get better, and you just keep. But when you don't fail, when you don't have that failure, um, to me, I've always looked at failure and somebody telling me no, and I've always kind of said, okay, now what do I have to do different
hmm
so the next time I'm in this situation, it doesn't end the same. So I actually think failure actually produces growth.
I'm ultimately yes. It's tough at the time, but ultimately yes. And we've all met those people that everything came easy for them their whole life, and it's usually those people. Quite often, they're kind of boring and shallow, and this.
Yeah.
So people that have had the trials and tribulations, but yeah, I mean, people have had big failures too. I don't know, just so many things in life. Just, I got through it, and I'm like, okay, it didn't kill you. You can, and it makes you stronger.
Hell yeah, it
Um,
does.
yeah.
And
So,
we're a little on the half side of life now. We're winding down, but I think I would, if I could go back and give my 15-year-old self advice. Dude, I don't think I would tell myself to, buckle down, stay in school, go to college. I'd tell myself, hey man, get into a apprenticeship. Stay your ass in, school. Don't start running streets and doing dumb shit like I did. But I would have got myself into like an apprentice program a lot quicker.
yeah,
But
I can
anyway,
see that.
Evan, where are we? We're not quite an hour because we got started a few minutes late. Share a fun fact or piece of trivia you have learned on the Al from D-Town&Chili442 Show that the other people might find interesting, Evan. What is one thing out of show 166? What is one fun fact? I know mine. I know mine instantly. When I read that question,
really?
yeah, something that I
I'd
have
say
learned on this show.
I probably learned the most outstanding stuff tonight.
Yeah, a lot of it was tonight. I think still one of my favorite ones that Lee Harvey Oswald had straight pubic hairs.
That was a hell of a factoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one caught me off guard. That's a good one. Yeah, who knew?
Yeah. Not me, but
I didn't know it was possible. I guess anything's possible.
and I mean, how can we really fact check that, Evan? I'm not going online and Googling, hey, Google Images. Oh, shit. It started doing that on my phone. It just said, hey, Google. Hold on.
Who knows? Yeah.
I'm glad Lee Harvey's Oswald his straight pubes didn't pop up. Oh my God. So
yeah.
So Evan, one of yours was from tonight, huh? You don't remember which one?
No, I'm or maybe the fact that I learned that you can cheat in chess with remote anal beads.
Yes.
I guess that would be a good one. Something I didn't know was possible.
We broke that story. That story had been reported in one place, and it was in an overseas article that I had found on the internet. So I mean, it was already breaking, but it wasn't as big until we started talking about. I'm just saying. And
stick with us, people.
And then it was like 2 weeks later, it was like on Fox News or something. I was like, are you serious? And we got no props. I thought we should have got a Pulitzer or something.
Oh, I agree. That'd really put us on the map.
Man, it really would.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. Anyway, Evan, let's go on and get out of here for this week. And then we'll try this shit again next Monday.
All right.
But before we do that, why don't you tell these beautiful people goodbye?
All right, you beautiful people. Stay cool out there. It's
hot.
It's hotter than Satan's ass crack out there, so be cool. Take it slow.
Yeah. Hey guys, we appreciate you, man. Thanks. We really appreciate the views. I know it's summertime. You guys got other shit to do, and the fact that you click on, even if you watch us for 5 minutes or the whole hour, we appreciate you. We love you. Tell your friends, share it on your Facebook. We don't give a shit. We love that. Peace. Be good to one another, and we'll catch you next week.
Later.